The promotion I was born to get went to him instead.
Maya sat frozen, staring at the congratulatory email on her laptop. Years of late nights, secret research, and networking behind the scenes all vanished. Her husband Daniel was the one celebrating a massive promotion. She could still smell the espresso from their kitchen, feel the rough texture of the envelope with the executive bonus letter inside. Her life's work, stolen. Her heart thudded painfully as she replayed the moments she'd trusted him. Every tip, every report, every late-night brainstorm she'd shared meant to support him was weaponized against her. And all those "I got it for us" reassurances? Lies. Maya's mind raced. Could she confront him? Would she crumble under the weight of betrayal or rise? She took a deep breath, fingers trembling over the keyboard. If she acted rashly, it would destroy her career and her marriage. But standing still meant losing herself entirely. The night was thick with tension. She traced the lines of his grin from the Zoom call, while feeling a sting of jealousy and anger collide. The room felt smaller, the air heavier, every sound amplified. Then she noticed something, a hidden attachment in the email, something Daniel had overlooked. Her pulse quickened. Who knew this was inside? And could it be her way back to the top without him noticing? Maya's eyes narrowed, a plan forming in the shadows.
He thought he'd outsmarted me, but he left a door wide open.
The attachment wasn't just any file. It was a backup of the project she'd been secretly developing for months. Her research, strategies, even her pitch deck layouts, perfectly compiled. Daniel had used her war to climb the corporate ladder, but he hadn't erased her fingerprints. Maya leaned back, heartbeat racing. She felt the thrill of power tinged with the bitterness of betrayal. All those nights Daniel bragged about his visionary ideas now rang hollow. She could taste the irony, sharp as lemon, in her mouth. But confronting him directly? Too risky. She needed leverage, a way to turn this theft into her ultimate comeback. Her fingers danced over the keyboard as she drafted a fake consulting profile, anonymous, untouchable, lethal. She would infiltrate the firm next door, the one Daniel's rival ran, and dismantle his project from the inside. Each step was a dangerous thrill. Logging into the rival's network, creating encrypted email accounts, planting ideas she knew Daniel would follow blindly. Every time he called, she smiled, keeping the act of the perfect supportive wife. Her nights became a blur of dual lives. Warm dinners with Daniel, cold strategy sessions under neon desk lights. Every stolen moment of triumph she orchestrated sent a shiver through her body. She was no longer powerless. But then came the first anomaly, a late-night alert on her encrypted account. Someone was watching her activity.
I was invisible, until they all started noticing me.
Maya's first anonymous consultation call was electric. Her voice, disguised and authoritative, cut through the room as she outlined strategies that made the rival firm's CEO lean forward in disbelief. They had no idea the ghost consultant was right under their noses or across the street living in the same home as the man she was undermining. Daniel, meanwhile, basked in the glow of his apparent success. He sent her triumphant texts about board meetings and glowing emails about client deals, bragging without suspicion. Maya smiled, a mask of calm, even as she felt the thrill of seeing him walk into traps she'd designed. Every proposal he championed collapsed subtly, unnoticed, her vengeance precise and invisible. The duality of her life consumed her. At dinner, Daniel laughed at work gossip. At midnight, Maya eviscerated his presentation slide by slide from her hidden laptop. Her coffee-stained notes and glowing screens were her secret arsenal. But power is intoxicating and dangerous. The CEO of the rival firm wanted more, demanding she step into a public advisory role. Her anonymity was at risk, and then during a video briefing, a familiar sound made her freeze. Daniel's voice on speaker mockingly reviewing her strategies as if he had no idea who authored them.
The closer I got, the more I risked losing everything.
Maya had become a phantom, slipping through the cracks of boardrooms and corporate meetings. Her plans unfolded with near-perfect precision, yet every victory carried a cost. She was exhausted, her smile at home strained, her eyes hollow from sleepless nights. But she didn't stop. One evening, Daniel bragged about a major client acquisition, unaware Maya had sabotaged it from within. She congratulated him, her voice calm, her hands trembling under the table. The rush of seeing him celebrate what she had destroyed was heady, like fire in her veins, but so was the guilt. Then came the email that changed everything, an anonymous tip linking the ghost consultant to a freelance identity suspiciously close to someone Daniel knew intimately. Maya's pulse quickened. She had to move faster, cover every trace, erase every digital fingerprint. Every keystroke now felt like walking on a wire above a pit of flames. Her dual life was starting to crack. And in the middle of it, Daniel dropped a bomb. He was planning a surprise appreciation trip for Maya, a chance to celebrate their life together. She smiled at the thought, even as her chest tightened. Could she keep the charade up another weekend?
I almost let him think he was winning. But that night, everything changed.
The weekend getaway was a test she almost failed. Daniel laughed, wrapped an arm around her, proud and oblivious. Maya felt a pang of what she once thought was love, but it was tainted now, a bitter seasoning over every memory. Her mind raced, calculating every move, every text, every anonymous update she needed to send. Late that night, she stole away to the hotel's balcony, laptop in hand, wind whipping her hair. She launched a critical update to Daniel's project, one that would implode just as the board was reviewing it. Her pulse thundered in sync with the crashing waves below. Then she noticed a movement in the hotel lobby, an unexpected visitor from Daniel's firm carrying a folder with her real name on it. Hard in her throat, she realized someone had connected the dots. Someone had recognized her signature in the ghost consultant reports. Maya's fingers froze over the keyboard. Every precaution, every mask, every lie, was it about to unravel? She could almost hear the faint echo of Daniel's voice, triumphant, sensing victory just a few floors below.
They think they know me, but they've never seen me like this.
Maya ducked into a side corridor of the hotel, heart hammering. The visitor had recognized her handwriting on the ghost consultant files. Panic clotted her chest, but her mind sharpened into laser focus. If she was discovered now, everything, her revenge, her career, even her sense of self, would implode. She sent a flurry of coded instructions from her laptop to the rival firm. Each line of text was a trap. Misdirected data, fake leads, budget miscalculations. Within hours, Daniel's celebrated project started to wobble. No one suspected a thing. He smiled in meetings, unaware that his empire was quietly collapsing. At home, their marriage felt like a staged theater. Daniel appraised her as the supportive wife while unknowingly talking about the very failures she engineered. Maya fought the thrill against a pang of regret. Was this who she wanted to be? A ghost behind his throne? But then came the warning she'd feared, an encrypted message from the rival firm. Someone at Daniel's company had noticed the pattern. "Are you sure your cover is airtight?" Her stomach dropped. One misstep and Daniel might discover not just the sabotage, but the woman behind it.
Face to face with him, and everything changed.
The high-stakes board meeting was set. Daniel strode in, confident, smug, believing he had the upper hand. Maya entered behind him, officially as a consultant from the rival firm. No one suspected she had orchestrated the collapse of his project. Not yet. As the presentations began, Maya watched his expressions flicker with confusion. Every data point she'd planted made him stumble, and every misstep amplified in the room's tension. Her pulse raced, not from fear, but exhilaration. She finally had him on the edge. Daniel shot glances at her, a flicker of recognition, but dismissed it. He was too cocky, too used to playing the alpha. Then it happened. A key slide she hadn't intended to show appeared on the main screen. A ghost consultant strategy memo signed with subtle digital markers only she could embed. Gasps filled the room. Daniel's confident facade cracked, his eyes turned toward her. Maya stood taller than she ever had. The calm, collected, invisible woman had stepped out of the shadows.
He underestimated me, and now he'll regret it.
Daniel stumbled through the meeting, trying to regain control. Every point he made crumbled under the evidence of Maya's strategic genius. Colleagues whispered, surprised by the depth of her insight and the betrayal. Maya's heart raced. She felt both victory and sorrow. Their marriage had become a battlefield, and this confrontation was the culmination of years of hidden tension. She remembered the nights of supporting him, of second-guessing herself, of sacrificing her dreams for his ego. And now she had the power. Daniel lunged for excuses, but every rebuttal was weaker than the last. Maya's calm, sharp voice sliced through the tension, leaving no room for denial. The board members looked between them, shock and awe written across their faces. And then, the final blow. She revealed the full extent of his reliance on her stolen work. The room went silent. Daniel's jaw tightened, disbelief and rage warring on his face.
I finally stopped running, and it felt like flying.
The meeting ended, and the aftermath was electric. Daniel retreated, humiliated, while Maya basked in the quiet storm she had created. The rival firm offered her the CEO position on the spot. She had outmaneuvered him in every way, and the board knew it. Yet victory was bittersweet. Watching Daniel leave the room, broken and defeated, made her stomach churn. She had wanted revenge, but she had also wanted closure. Now, with all the power she'd dreamed of, she felt an unfamiliar emptiness. At home that night, Daniel tried to talk, tried to charm, but Maya had seen the man for what he truly was. Brilliant, but shallow. Charming, but manipulative. She signed the papers she had prepared for months, her hand steady, as he watched in stunned silence. Cliffhanger. When she slid the divorce petition across the table, Daniel's face turned pale, the realization hitting him like a lightning bolt. He was never the powerhouse in their life. She was.
I finally chose me.
Maya walked into her new office at the rival firm, the skyline glowing behind her. Her fingers traced the polished desk, the weight of a CEO's authority settling comfortably on her shoulders. The air smelled faintly of coffee and paper, a sensory reminder that this was her world now. The divorce was finalized. Daniel had been forced to confront the truth. His success had always leaned on her brilliance. She felt no gloating, only a quiet pride. Years of being invisible, underestimated, and undervalued had culminated in this moment. She had rewritten her story, and she had done it on her own terms. Her phone buzzed, a reminder of all the projects waiting for her touch, the decisions only she could make. For the first time in her life, Maya wasn't supporting someone else's dream. She was building her own. Looking out at the city, she allowed herself a small, triumphant smile. The world had underestimated her, but she knew the truth. She was unstoppable.